Money Talks.
Money Talk.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Hi, my name is Ambrose Onyebuchi, President CFA Society Nigeria. Join me and a host of other financial industry practitioners for Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria.
Money Talks.
Money Talk.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money.
Hello everyone and welcome to Money Talks. Money Talks is brought to you by CFA Society Nigeria and is a financial literacy program. Smart. Uzechi is my name. You can call me Captain Smart and you'll be financially correct. Today on the program, Ambrose Onyebuchi Udeaba is my guest on the program. Ambrose is a talented and multitasking professional in securities trading, investment and asset management, investment banking, and fixed income dealing. He's also a mutual funds expert, research analyst, youth investment coach, and consultant. Exceptional trades and investment execution acumen, asset and portfolio management expert. Excellent decision making in mutual funds management, issue resolution, and relationship building skills in generational wealth creation. Highly effective and efficient at maximizing business opportunities for close to a decade. Mr. Ambrose is presently the head of securities trading at Planet Capital Limited, and he is currently a PhD student specializing in money capital markets at the Nasarawa State University, KEFI. He holds an MSc in management from the University of Lagos and a BSc in management from the University of Nigeria. Is this Nsukka or Enugu campus? Enugu campus. And it's so good to have the Efiko man. This is a PhD student, so you have to show him some respect. Ambrose Onyebuchi Udeaba. He's a fan of this radio station, and finally he makes it live into the studio this evening. Ambrose, good evening to you and welcome to Money Talks.
Thank you so much, Captain Smart. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having this show tonight, this evening with you. Thank you.
You look very good and relaxed as well. You're shining in your color.
Yes, of course. It's a family radio, and I'm in the family house.
Yeah, so you feel relaxed.
Exactly.
It's so good to have you.
Yes.
Today we're discussing recovering lost shares. If you ever bought shares anywhere and you've lost them, or they have told you your shares have become unclaimed, Ambrose is here this evening and he's going to be providing insight on how to deal with that. Trust me, he's a professional in this area, and you're sure to recover your lost shares or know how to go about them after you've listened to this program this evening. You can join our conversation anytime by calling the number 0700 923 923 923. That's 0700 923 923 923. You can also send us messages on WhatsApp 0817 313 6193. That's 0817 313 6193. If you please, you can also send voice notes to that number, but keep it short and simple so we don't have to take too much time trying to read that. You can also visit CFA Society Nigeria on social media, on X, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, everywhere on social media at cfasociety.ng.org. That's also the website www.cfasociety.ng.org. But let's get back to the studio here where Ambrose is ready to take on the questions this evening. Ambrose, let me start by asking you in the first instance. So tell us, when people say lost shares, first of all, what is a share? And when do you say a share has become lost? And how can shares become unclaimed?
Okay, thank you so much.
That's 3 in 1.
Thank you so much, Captain Smart. Okay, so let me start with share. Share is a part owner of a company. Okay, so when you invest in a company's share, you are seen to be one of the owners of the company. Okay, some parts of the company is giving to you, in share form. Okay, usually either a document, to show how much you have contributed. Okay, shares can also be given not just because of money. It can bring in your skills. Okay, so we want to set up a company who can say, okay, because you're a professional in this area, you are bringing in these skills, this knowledge. Okay, so we can give you some part of the company
instead of paying you money.
All right. Okay, and then another person who doesn't have that knowledge or that skill can as well bring his money. So in all, okay, the company will be measured by the number of shares, which will now be translated in terms of money to say, okay, we are starting this company with 2 million, 5 billion, as the case may be. Okay, so that is share. So when you invest in a company, they give you their shares. That shares shows that you have or you are part owner of this company. So among those that own this company, you are one of us. And the share also detail how many units you have in terms of how much have you been able to contribute or invest in the company. So I believe this helps in terms of shares. Okay, so how do share become a lost one or a lost share? Okay, so when these things happen and people, the original or the rightful shareholder, lost track of it. Okay, so when he or she does not even remember again, or maybe along the line, maybe there are some documentation that were not followed. Okay, so when the person lost track of the share, okay, so it can become unrecovered. So I don't really know.
And the company cannot even say, oh, Mr. Smart, you have noticed that you have not even doing anything about this, your shares. Have you forgotten you have shares here? We're trying to remind you.
Okay, so that will come with, a lot of things do happen. Like I said before, what will make it lost? Maybe the person is dead.
Oh.
Okay. Or maybe the person did not update his or her information. Again, this issue of maybe company not reaching out to the person. So, for instance, if I change my contact address, if I change my basic information, maybe I'm a lady, I just got married, I change my name, okay, doing away with my two names and then having just one and my husband's name. Okay, so the company decided to even write me, to my former address. Maybe, for instance, in Abuja, and now I'm in Lagos. Okay, so along that line, those shares can be lost.
Wow.
Okay, so those shares can be unrecovered. So the company can also keep sending information there, but even maybe the new tenants getting it don't even know who lived here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so along that line, it becomes a lost share.
So is a lost share the same as an unclaimed share?
Yes.
Okay.
So because once it's lost, that means you can't lay your hand on it.
Oh, wow.
And you can't even benefit or have access to the benefits that comes with it. Of course, when you invest in share and the company is doing well, over time the company will always want to reward you, in various form. Maybe they'll pay dividend on a yearly basis. They can decide to do, a bonus, shares, and the rest. So because you have lost access of that share, you can, recover it, and then at that point in time, the values or the benefit that you should get as a shareholder, you will not get it.
Okay, so for somebody who has invested, how can they check if they have lost their share or if their shares have become unclaimed?
Okay, so there are many ways to it. Okay, I would say for Nigerian capital market, for instance, is highly regulated, and for the listed shares, okay, they have registrar. Okay, so through the registrar, you can make inquiries. Okay, but then most of the listed companies also have functional websites, so you can start from there. But the basic way to go, it depends, is for you to identify, when I bought this share, how did I buy it? So did you buy it through the primary market or through the secondary market? Okay, so primary market is when they are doing initial public offering. Okay, so if you bought there, the question is through what? Maybe you buy it through the bank. So for instance, even if it's a banking stock, go to any of the branch of the bank. Even if the bank for instance, maybe it's like those banks that we know that existed, before 2010.
Yeah, the first generation banks.
Exactly. So the question would be is that, okay, how did you go? But the first point of call is also to the registrar of the company. If the company still exists online, check their website and then reach out to the stockbrokers. Okay, so if you now buy through the secondary market also, when you reach out to your stockbrokers will also advise you. They will also even give you part of the things I do. I can give you the histories. Oh, this bank moved from this bank A to bank B and bank C, and at this point in time, this is what your value is. Okay, but again, you have to start identify. When I bought this share, my mom bought it for me when I was 3 years old. Okay, when I turned 18, she mentioned it to me. Do you understand? That thinking needs to come. So once you bring in that thinking, and then you approach, okay, you go online for a kind of general check, and then you identify a stockbroking house or an investment house where people can actually, help you out, and then they start the search. That is now for you also to now prove that truly this belongs to me. But the first call is check online, see if the company is still existing. When you're not getting accurate information, the next phase is look for stockbrokers, and then they will help you out.
So you have actually gone to the steps that people can take to recover their lost shares, or when their shares have become unclaimed. Those are the steps they can take. Are there any more steps they can take to do that?
So of course, once is identified, okay, once you're able to get a stockbroker.
Okay, let's just talk to this caller. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
A very good evening to you.
And Mr. Ambrose.
Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, my name is Ndidi. I've been listening, and I just wondered about concerning the lost shares. As in, when the person was buying those shares, I'm sure the person must have filled in some bank details for remittance of dividends. So can't dividend be paid to the banks that is linked to those shares that are claimed to be lost? Because I feel that there must have been documentation, and bank details, banks are always there. So can't the dividends be paid in, instead of taking the shares from the person and the person is not gaining anything as per loss? Even if the person doesn't remember, at least the dividend should be going into the person's bank details as interest.
Yes. Thank you very much. So I'm sure she took that question out of the lips of so many. We'll have another caller. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Captain.
Thank you so much for calling us. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Ambrose. I'm calling on the road.
Ambrose, and we have Ambrose here in the studio.
All right. So, I've been listening. Thank you very much, Ambrose, for the information. But when I bought shares, they gave me some certificates, but I can't seem to find them. So I think that carries all the information. So I'm wondering, could I just use just my name to search for this shares? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambrose. Ambrose, let me read to you some of the messages here so you can take all of them at the same time for the sake of time. Good evening, guys. Dart Art. Okay, this message is not for us. This one says, how do you recover shares from a defunct institution or bank, if possible? Good afternoon, Captain Smart and Ambrose, the guest. Patrick from Ikotun has asked that question. We'll add another call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Captain. Good evening.
Very good evening to you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Vincent. I'm calling from Surulere.
Vincent, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I bought my own share from a primary source, that is from the bank, Zenith Bank. Like the last caller said, actually they gave me certificates for the share that I bought, and I believe my share has increased. But they've been paying me the dividend, and after some time they stopped. And I tried to locate how I can get the something, but I couldn't go through. So I don't know what is the next step to do.
All right.
I went through a broker. He said the thing is not flying. I don't understand.
Okay. Maybe it's crawling. Just hold on. Ambrose will answer. Good evening to you both. Please, what about the shares that have been folded? The company is folded now, like African Petroleum. They never sent their dividends. When I got to their office at Apapa, I was told they have folded up. And that's Becky with the message there. So, Ambrose, you can just aggregate all of these questions and provide answers, please, very quickly.
Okay. So thank you. Let me start with the first person that said they should be paying you dividend to your bank account details.
Yes.
Okay. So in recent time, a lot of things have happened in the industry. When I said, you won't get anything from the company, was actually before now. We all know that companies pay dividend through the dividend warrant, what we call dividend warrant. So it's just like a bank check. They give it to you, they send it to your address. You have to take it and then receive it and then take it to the bank for that dividend to be credited. And that was what was obtainable before the BVN and then a lot of regulations around it in the market. But presently, if you are buying the shares from the secondary market or even from the primary market, you provide those information. I will assure you that your dividend will be coming, okay, for those companies that pay dividend. But again, not all companies that pay dividend and not all companies that pay dividend regularly. Okay, so dividend are paid out of the profit of the company, and then when they make profit again, they can have decisions around the profit. They want to pay dividend and the rest. So for people that have the share certificate and then they don't know what to do, I will also tell you that in the market now, your share certificate is not really needed again. Okay, so what you need to do, sir, is reach out to a stockbroker. I may not be able to call out my number here. Okay, so reach out to any stockbroker, share them your experience, tell them the companies where you have this investment. Okay, all you need to do is that first we'll do a global search for you. Okay, so
we'll have another caller. Just hold on. Hello, good evening to you. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Captain Smart. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you very quickly. You have 30 seconds.
Okay, James.
Yes.
James Abona. Mr. Ambrose, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so this topic personally concerns me because in 2008 we bought shares from Popular TV station. I think they were the first hotel. I think the only one. So we bought shares from them. And after some time, the shares went down completely. That you're not hearing anything up till now. We lost that money because the share became undervalued, less than £1. I bought it at £5 then. So the question, I took it over a registrar then, and we're not able to get that money. So my concern is all of this money that are lost. What happens to all of us that have money there? That's number one. And then number two, I know that somebody called and they talked about providing they used to come and give money then. They used to come and send money to people's houses. But now they use them bank accounts to send money, which have been getting dividends from one of the network companies. So, but my own concern is that one that we bought then, that I should go, that is now undervalued. There's no longer in the market again. So what happens to the money that we are put inside?
All right. Thank you very much. And let me read you another message here, Ambrose. Two of them actually. Good evening, Smart and Ambrose. Please, what is the role of the registrar with regards to shares? This is Chioma from Lekki. Thank you very much, Chioma. And this one says, please, I also bought shares from this bank, which was not claimed yet, and they stopped sending dividends, but I need to claim back my shares. Kindly help me out. So Ambrose, we are running out of time. You have 2 minutes.
So what you need to do is reach out to a stockbroker, a stockbroking firm. Let them know there's a global search. You just need to provide your information, your address, and then we'll send it to CSCS, and the global search will be done on you. Anywhere you have shares, we'll know that. And then for the registrar keeps the record of the company's shareholders. So those that hold shares, it is the duty of the registrar also to pay dividends once dividends are declared. Okay, but in doing all this, you need to interface between the registrar, the investor, and also the CSCS, which is the central body that holds these securities. But the easiest way to do it, please identify a stockbroking firm, okay, and make yourself available to provide informations. We know how the market is, and for you to lay claim on anything, you need to prove beyond reasonable doubt that these shares belong to you. So reach out to a stockbroking firm and then tell them what your challenges are, and then they will look into it and then sort it out. But I want to assure you that your investment in the capital market is not totally lost.
Okay, Ambrose, you make it sound like once you just go to this place, is a roller coaster, is going to be done. You know how when people go to these, corporations, the bottlenecks, that they meet, the challenges that they're faced with. So can you tell us very quickly the common challenges that people face in the process of trying to recover their shares?
So the number one challenge is information. Okay, authenticating this information. Okay, if I said I'm Ambrose,
yes,
did I buy all of them with Ambrose Onyebuchi Udeaba, or I bought some with Ambrose Udeaba and I bought another one with Udeaba Onyebuchi? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, and from my personal experience also, at times you see investors not coming out with the justification to these informations, okay, because that is what the registrars need. That is what even the stockbroker that will be helping you. And I was wondering that if you provide this information, at times they will even ask you, okay, there are people that have received dividend and stopped. Can we get your bank statement account that you have received dividend, even if it is 1 kobo? Okay, those are the evidence they will be asking, so that they don't give another person's share to someone else, and tomorrow another person comes and provide information and then it goes to them. So those bottlenecks are there. But again, if it is investment and you are determined of getting it, I will assure you that with what we have in the market now, you can get them. Yeah, it may take some time, okay, because you are not the only one, and then everybody is trying to do due diligence to see that everybody is on the right track. So it may take some time, but the assurance is that you will get them.
I've not heard you talk about money here. Are there associated costs, or is this pro bono? Is this a Red Cross service?
So of course there are costs to it, which also the stockbrokers will also advise you how much you pay. Okay, but reasonably enough, I don't think those costs are huge, except where you have some investment that are not of value. Do you understand now? But from my experience, I see people that have 10 different shares. 1 or 2 may be of very, very value to cover whatever the cost is. So for us, the cost is not even a big issue. But the big issue is that we want people to come. If you listen to news, you see number of unclaimed dividend increasing on year by year. Okay, and people have BVNs. So we want people to come approach us, the stockbrokers. Let's work with you, get these things done, and then you get them, and then make yourself available also to provide those informations. Okay, well, I've seen experience where somebody comes and you say provide this, and now look at it. The first thing is this share is, how much is it in the market now? He says 3,500, for instance, and the person says it doesn't want
the transport. I won't pay.
It doesn't want it.
Promo Coco to come to
understand? But without even knowing that maybe that person, that same particular investment, the person has had maybe over 10,000 or 20,000 naira unclaimed dividend on it. Do you understand? So these are the issues. But the investors, please reach out to stockbroking firm, make yourself available. Okay, provide the information as and when due. The stockbrokers know how to go about it, and then make you get your investment back.
I heard you talk about CSCS. Is that part of the institution that is involved in recovering lost shares? If not, can you tell us the key institutions that are involved in this process of recovering shares?
Yes. So for the listed companies, okay, for the listed companies, so in Nigeria we have many many exchanges. So we have the OTC market, and then we have the Nigerian
OTC
stock,
meaning
the over-the-counter market. Okay, so we also have the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So whichever of this platform where the company is listed, either unquoted exchange, which is the OTC, or the quoted exchange, which is the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the CSCS, which means Central Security Clearing System, holds the record of all the shares in the market. Okay, then they liaise also with the registrar. Every company have their own registrar. So the institutions here is the registrar, the CSCS. But who will help you to do this is the stockbrokers.
All right. Can somebody actually recover shares on behalf of a family member? Their father has died, their mother has died, left shares. All they are seeing now is this
share certificates.
Yes. Dividend warrants, like you say it's no longer in use now. So can you use that to recover it on behalf of a family member?
Yes. Yes, you can. Okay, like I said before, there are processes to it also. So you need to approach. However, if the person has died, maybe the person parents, one of them is no more. The question is for you to also come and prove to it, and part of the requirement, that's what we call share transmission. Part of the requirement is that does he die with a will or without a will? So if with a will, then if without a will also, who are the administrators and the rest? So that has a process on its own, but it's recoverable. But you must make yourself also available between you and your siblings or whoever that you are pointing to be, the administrators of that will or that letter of administration. But it is achievable. It can do it for a dead person, even a living person. It can help, but at a point we may need to verify this person. Do you understand?
Before you give someone else's shares to somebody else. Good evening, Captain Smart. I asked about a company that is no longer quoted in the market on the stock exchange, but the company is still existing. What happens to our shares?
Okay, good. So some company may be quoted, they will be quoted on the stock exchange. After some time, they delist. So what you need to do is reach out to your stockbroker, disclose the name of this company, then they will now make research on what happened. Some companies, when they delist, they pay off the minority shareholders. Okay, they may delist from even Nigerian stock exchange and then go to the OTC market. Okay, so when they pay off, those monies are with the registrar. Anytime you come, you get your money.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it depends on you, the listener now. Reach out to a stockbroking firm. Okay, tell them the name of the company. We will also help you to find out what happened, how did they delist, and then see the possibility of you getting your investment back.
Okay, we have a message here. It's 2 minutes long. We'll just listen to the first 30 seconds.
Oh, Captain Smart. Yeah, thank you so much for this privilege. Good afternoon to your guest. Yeah, thank God for this. Like he mentioned, I have some shares with a particular bank. Yes, I opened it. I did not link it to a particular bank. That's the account I have that time, because the name wasn't the same.
Okay, I'll send this message to Ambrose because it's very long and we're out of time, but I'm sure you get where he's going. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I wish we can continue this, but we're completely out of time. Ambrose, the PhD holder in waiting, Ambrose Onyebuchi Udeaba, is a talented multitasking professional in securities trading. Of course, you heard it from there. His head is actually on his shoulders. I've enjoyed this one. Ambrose, you have to come here again very soon in the nearest future to continue this lecture. It's a lecture that everybody understood and I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming this evening. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Smart.
My guest has been Ambrose Onyebuchi Udeaba, and we've been discussing recovering lost shares. To follow up on the conversation, you can go to the website www.cfasocietynG.org. Send questions there or on social media, on all the social media platforms at CFA Society NG, and you're sure to get answers. Until next week, when we come your way again, we ask you to continue to use your finance as a force for good. Smart Uzechi is my name. Have a good evening.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Money Talks, hosted by the CFA Society Nigeria. Stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube at CFA Society Nigeria. Follow us for more financial insight and updates. Keep a date with us next time.